Hey now! All right, we're here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first pilot episode of the Vespa Motorsport Podcast, brought to you by ScooterWest.com for all things Vespa related and more.
By the way, that was a great theme music starting off there. I love that. Thanks, Thanks, Scott.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Good stuff.
A little quick disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the individuals and not necessarily reflect official policies or position of Vespa Motorsport or ScooterWest.com. These could be stories we made up, could be lies, could be the truth, could be embellished a bit. So just keep that in mind. But
exactly.
We'll try to be factual and fun, but
exactly. Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
Right.
That simple. It's just like that.
Be cool. Stay in school.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So my name is Alex Cohn, and sitting next to me here is
Kevin Stram. Oh my God, that guy.
And then we got a third person here, engineer
Scott Bartholomew Jones Simpson III.
Hello.
Well, he'll be on post-production, pre-production, production.
He's our engineer.
We
appreciate his time to hang out with us during this time. We're gonna go through.
He's gonna keep the train on the tracks.
Exactly. Keep the train on the tracks.
It's probably already derailed already.
Yeah, get back to work, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Alex.
Yeah. Who am I?
Well,
is that what you want to ask?
You know what? Let's start with me simply because we've got other stuff.
Kevin.
You've got a lot more information to cover.
Kevin Stram. Who are you?
Well, I was born Kevin Lee Stram. No, real quick, like.
Well, what's your married name?
My married name?
Your married name.
Mrs. Kevin Albert Simpson Stram the Fourth.
All right.
That's it. No, it's not. Actually, why don't you ask me a little bit more pertinent question to what the podcast is about?
What is this podcast about, Kevin?
Well, it's about what we do here at the shop. It's about scooter culture here in San Diego, and like lifestyle culture and pop culture and yogurt cultures, all that stuff. We cover a little bit of all cultures.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it is. But I've been involved with the shop now for
long time.
Since I would say, looking at my notes. Probably 98 is when I kind of started taking out the trash.
That's
99.
When did you get your first scooter? When was that?
98, and then shortly after that I started kind of hanging out.
I believe that was a 1978 Sprint Veloce.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
You bought from Texas, I seem to remember.
Well, it was a law student that was out here looking for he needed to sell some goods, and I was looking for a project.
He was in legal trouble, probably.
Possibly. I don't know. I didn't ask too many questions. The price was right, and the scooter was hot, so I got it. So that's when I started hanging out with you guys and coming around the shop and buying parts and all that stuff.
Buying beer for Carrie. I remember that.
Exactly. Do you know that I used to work at the bar across the street when it was Granny's?
Granny's. Oh,
yeah,
and
that's
awesome.
that was one of my first jobs when I moved to San Diego, and on my breaks I would come over across the street. It was the middle of the night. It was like midnight and stuff like that, and I would be staring in the window at the GS 150s and all that other stuff, and I'd be like, I want one of those so bad. I just thought it was really cool, at the old shop. And then voila, here I am, 100 years later. Yeah, exactly. All these years later. So I started with you guys back around full time was in 2008 is when I really started full time. And now I serve as a service advisor over in the service department. So I'm basically setting the schedules and all that stuff. So if anybody's listening to the podcast, happens to call the shop from locally here and needs to set up an appointment, you'd be speaking with me directly, most likely. Or if you were to send us an email to do that kind of stuff, I would be the guy who's answering your emails and stuff like that. So
it's kind of ironic you're on this podcast since you're on the phone all day long talking to people. So
that's fine.
Now here we are talking
about stuff.
Talking to 1,000 people at one time.
If I had been home for an hour and then had to come back here, I think my attitude would be completely different.
Right.
I'd be a little bit more, I don't know, grumpy, maybe? I don't know. I'm pretty pumped about this first episode. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, Alex.
Yes.
God, you are the CEO. Yeah, you're the
I'm CEO and founder
of
I like how we did that in sync right there. That was nice.
Of Vespa Motorsport
and ScooterWest.com.
Yeah.
Our sponsor also for this podcast.
Exactly.
We started this little rinky-dink show back, 1992.
Yeah, buddy.
And it was just a little shop, one-man operation on Adams Avenue.
Yeah.
And it was probably 1,000 square feet back then.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so any local people want to visit the original location? It's
still standing.
It's Mariposa.
I think it's a historical landmark, I think, in San Diego.
It's Mariposa ice cream, I think.
It is Mariposa ice cream.
Yeah, it's like hippie ice cream.
Awesome.
It's so good.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious ice cream.
Yeah, jawohl. So, you had that. Now, you and I are both like IE guys. Like I was born behind the orange curtain and then moved to Norco. And when I was 11,
I was actually born in.
for a long
I was born in Hollywood, California. Actually, I've born and raised in California all my life.
All right.
In fact, I don't think I stepped foot out of California. God, we probably went to TJ a couple times when we moved down here, but I think Arizona in 1980 something was 89 or late 80s. Now, it was the first time I stepped foot out of California. Wow. But why would you need to leave California?
Exactly. It's perfect here. Yeah. And I'm sure people are disputing that right now.
High taxes, high gas prices.
Exactly.
Plenty of reasons to leave.
But you understand, it's the sun tax. Everything is it's sunny and it's nice and it's warm. We don't pay the gas prices of having like heating oil and all that stuff.
But that's why you have a scooter.
Exactly.
I know the rest of the country is like $2 a gallon right now, and we're $3.50, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into that.
What else? What else I got? Oh yeah, my first scooter. Well, actually, my first thing was a moped.
You had a moped.
I had a moped when I was 13 years old. So I was like 1980 or something probably.
Sweet.
It was a Pook Free Spirit, which is actually ironically enough, it's stuff they sold through Sears. So it was kind of like the last generation of Allstates, probably 79.
So
and I think they only came in red, and the Free Spirit, which is a name you'd probably see more on a tampon or a maxi pad or something, or a moped.
Or a moped. Exactly.
And man, we had that bike for a long time, and we had some great adventures mopeding around everywhere.
You and Schmiedels?
Yeah, actually I did.
Yeah, okay, so
Eric Schmiedel had a Trail 70, and we rode all around Lake Elsinore and up the Ortegas and everywhere. Yeah, it was, and we're like 13, 14 years old. It was
just troublemakers.
It was awesome. Actually, we're out shopping for Star Wars toys was probably more the case. But
yeah, that will be another show.
Yeah, that'll be another episode.
That's the follow-up podcast to this. If this fails, then we'll be into Star Wars stuff because we know that Star Wars sells, man.
My first Vespa, though.
Yeah,
let's get to that. That was 1986, and that was a VNB 1962. I actually still have the frame for it, believe it or not.
Wow, of course.
The bike's pretty much in pieces, and I think the engine's long gone. But the frame's upstairs at the Vespa shop here. So
wasn't that the red one that we put on the roof?
No, that was another one. But it was like that.
Okay, got it.
It's actually a primered. It used to be green. It was British Racing green when I got it. It was pretty sweet.
Sweet.
So what happened? I got that. Started working on that, of course, other people's bikes.
Right.
And out of my mom's garage in Claremont, San Diego, not Claremont, California. That's different.
Yeah, San Diego.
Claremont, San Diego, and like the mountain streets back in there. If anyone knows, San Diego area.
Mount Elephant.
I was getting a lot of weirdos coming by, and of course, installing expansion chambers on people's bikes wasn't so great for the neighbors, and like finally, bought out Riva Vespa down in Pacific Beach. It was all called Vespa at the Beaches. It was also called.
That was in 1989 when they closed down, and they had Vespas and all that stuff. And so we still see bikes come through here with their stickers and their license plate frames.
Yeah.
And usually we're guys who are like, hey, we want to promote our shop. But usually when we see the Riva Vespa license plate frames, we kind of tend to leave those on the bikes
those
because
are dear to the people. And it's part of San Diego history.
Yeah, it's kind of, most people are kind of like, hey, leave that on there, and we totally respect that,
Right.
But so that was back in, what was that,
1989? I think that was right around 89.
Okay, cool. And so you were up in Claremont, and may I ask, you were able to buy a whole entire shop worth of parts, and you just got the parts, and you got some tooling, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was some tools, pretty worn out tools. Pretty good pile of parts. I think I paid like $10,000 for everything, which was
that's
probably
where I was going with
that
it.
was probably a pretty kind of a lot, probably too much back then.
Yeah.
But it came with a pile of used stuff, which I put some value on the used stuff. But
Right. Did you sell a lot of that used stuff?
yeah, that was like the bread and butter for a while.
Oh,
like
yeah, because that's all that was
used
available.
parts.
Yeah, that's all that was available.
Yeah, you had to, yeah, because this is in a dark time in the Vespa history in America where
There was nothing.
There was nothing.
Really,
I mean,
when I got into it, that's when the emergence started happening.
Yeah.
That's when like parts started flowing back from Italy back into the United
Fabio
States.
was doing a great job importing stuff with the Vespa Super Shop. And kind of almost reviving the whole scene. And then of course Scooter Works came on the scene with Phil McCaleb.
Yeah,
creating a whole niche too. So
I think that was pretty great.
But when I was starting off, that was kind of a dark time in the history.
There was a shop. I don't know if Scooterville up in Orange County was still doing business up at that time.
They were, but they of course had
closed?
burned down. They'd burned down right around that time.
Okay,
so.
got it.
So they kind of was a phoenix from the ashes, but they didn't quite have the same stuff they had before.
Because it was all in Phoenix from the ashes.
Yeah, a lot of those, they had melted parts in the display cases, which was entertaining as it was, not very sellable, unfortunately. So.
They made for some really cool rally trophies.
Right.
That was really about
exactly.
it,
yeah, nice little works of art. Not so good to try to use on your bike.
Awesome. Well, we got a pretty good idea of like who we are. And,
that's who I am.
Stuff. And
so, Kevin, who are you? Kevin Stram.
I got into the scooters back in. Well, so I moved to San Diego to start playing music, and I had always had friends who had scooters up in Norco. And we always had a great time, and I was kind of would have been running with the mods and stuff like that back in high school and all that.
Listen to mod music.
Exactly, and I really dig it. I really
Style
dig it.
Council, Jam.
Yeah, exactly.
Your jam.
Like early Who and all that stuff. I was into all that stuff.
But you kind of prog rock and stuff too? And,
no, not really.
Not really? Rush? No, not too much Rush fan.
Why?
Because you're Norco.
No, that's
perfect.
No, it was more like not Rush. It was more metal and stuff like that. That was happening, like AC/DC.
Okay.
Yeah, Ozzy,
Def Leppard. I remember Def Leppard.
Yeah, I
think there was a time when I was going to school. Everyone had a Def Leppard shirt on, like one day.
Absolutely not into any
cut-off
of that
sleeves.
Stuff. I was a punk rocker, mod. I was more that like the Damned, Black Flag, the Germs, all that stuff. That was my musical trajectory and where I went, Right. But I had the opportunity to move here in San Diego, and back to Norco. Used to run around on the bikes all the time. It was a lot of fun.
Did you actually rode on the back of friends' bikes? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And we were on motorcycles and dirt bikes, and like it was the Wild West, man.
Yeah,
you just get out
back
there.
then
It was
you would
freeland, dude. It was like you just you got hurt on your stuff. Well, that's because you didn't wear a helmet or you did something stupid. That's your fault.
Right.
It's not the government's fault. It's not anyone else's fault but your own. And that's the way it used to be, and it was pretty awesome where I lived. It's not like that anymore, but that's okay. So to get into it, got out here. Found that scooter in my friend's garage, in my neighbor's garage, bought it, and then came hanging out with you, and that was pretty much it. And I've just been super into it. I now have 6 bikes, and that's it though. I'm tapped at 6 because I've got the collection, right? I've got the 90 SS, I've got the GS 150, the GS 160, SS 180. A P200 I like riding around.
The off-road
exactly.
style
It's
P200.
Exactly.
The Paris Dakar.
Exactly. I'm trying to make a Paris Dakar, and hopefully
did a good job.
It's doing okay. Job. It's getting there. And then I have my commuter hog, which is just my GTS, which I totally love that bike. Believe it or not, So you've had multiple locations for the shop so far, right?
Yes, we mentioned Adams Avenue.
Yeah, Adams
1992
Avenue.
to 93. Mom's Garage.
Adams Avenue.
Right.
Super Shop was from 93 to 2003, and I was working. That's when
you came on board.
I came on board and kind of was working
with
part-time.
Carrie in the back.
Yeah, exactly. And then at that point, when we moved, you had to change names. That's when the shop had to change from Vespa Motorsport to Motorsport Scooters.
That was probably 1990. No, sorry, 2000. That was like 2002 probably.
Yeah,
because 2001 the Vespa. Well, 2000 officially the Vespas came back. 2002 year model.
Right.
And
that's when we had the opportunity to move to 30th Street.
Right. And they were actually really nice about it. Like I remember getting a call from I think Reno, who worked at Piaggio USA back then. Mm-hmm. And it was basically, if you guys could stop using the Vespa name, that'd be cool. And I was like, okay, all right, sure, no problem. No cease and desist letter, no nothing. It was very polite and nice.
Because you complied.
Yeah,
you know, you were compliant,
yeah.
and
they knew who we were.
Yeah, exactly.
We still represent the brand pretty well.
Right.
So even though we weren't officially a Vespa dealer back then, so
what's interesting is that they're, you know, if you really think about it, it's like Vespa Motorsport really helped to keep the Vespa brand alive.
We really did.
And there was
through those dark times,
exactly,
when there was no representation whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. And so you had people
kind of kept the Vespa in the eye of the public, you know.
Exactly. And so it basically made a fertile ground for Vespa to come back to the United
Well, at least
States.
they had something. Yeah, there was still some kind of cachet.
Exactly. There was no real acknowledgement of that at any given time.
Yeah, they kind of did this thing that was a VVRS, which is like a vintage Vespa restoration center. So they kind of had some little gold star we got, kind of. But
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we have that.
Was nice,
we actually have that. We have that plaque.
Yeah, we still have the plaque. We still have it here.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's nice that you were acknowledged in that way.
Right.
You know, so it changed to, at that point you made the decision to change to Vespa Motorsport, and you to
Motorsport Scooters.
Motorsport Scooters, and then at that point, did the more intensive launch of ScooterWest.com. Is that correct?
Correct.
ScooterWest.com, because at that point, e-commerce was really coming on strong, and there wasn't really a whole lot going on. There was a lot of mail order, but there wasn't the tie-in with websites and that. It was all sitting on the phone, taking an order over the phone, taking a credit card over the phone.
We were really early adapters of the internet and embracing it full-heartedly.
Yeah.
And we kind of did ScooterWest.com because VespaMotorsport.com was kind of written out kind of long, and even VespaMotorsport.com was kind of long, so we kind of went to ScooterWest.com, and it kind of embraced everything, too, if we were dealing other scooter stuff.
Exactly. Because, I mean, it's not weird. Yeah, we love all scooters. I mean, we deal with Hondas and Yamahas. And
Suzuki Bergmans.
Exactly.
Or Ruckuses. We love the Ruckus crowd. Those guys are awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
We want to provide. I mean, our main focus is, of course, Vespa, but we're always on board to have a couple things for those bikes. So then I remember how that went. That was fun. That was great. There was a lot of growth. The 30th Street days.
That was so rad.
Yeah.
So anybody who's never been there, realize that here we have 11,000 square feet.
Yeah, almost 12.
There we were at 3,000.
It was 4. I think it was 4. But we kind of added that little bit in the back.
Exactly. So
and a container on the side.
Got it. So there was about 4,000 square feet there. Yeah. But when you were talking on the phone, when you were calling the shop and you were talking on the phone, there was a guy on top of a guy on top of a guy, just all working in the same room. Shipping all happened in the same room.
Pretty cozy.
And it was a lot of fun because it really was. There was so much more banter,
fun and a lot of BO.
Oh my God, there was so much banter. And when things went sideways or things were not good, it was
never not good, Kevin.
No, never. Like when there was a dispute or some contention or whatever. Because everybody was so close in proximity to one another, it was imperative that we all worked it out. So it was more like a family house in your family household where you've got the living room, and if you're arguing with your siblings and stuff like that, you got to work it out if you're in a small house because you got to stay. You got to stay there. You got to work together.
I think we only had one bathroom there too.
Yeah, one bathroom. That was a mess.
God, I almost remember running over to Crazy Burger to use their bathroom a couple times or something.
Just because it was necessary. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so that was that. And then we moved into this place. And, and if you ever have a chance to visit our shop here at 3955 Pacific Highway here in San Diego, you'll see that...
Open 10 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday.
You'll see that it's just a nice laid out showroom, waiting area... Nice bathroom to hang out in. Well, you know what I'm saying.
With a shower, too. If you need to take a shower here.
Yeah, exactly. So
there's 2 bathrooms here. 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one's an employee bathroom, but if you really need to, you can use it.
Got it.
with porn in there.
Okay, so if you're in that bathroom for too long...
One thing with 30th Street, though. It's still there. It's Belching Beaver, and it does have the mosaic out front still.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
So you got to make a little pilgrimage there. Just check that out and just see that. Snap a picture, put it on your Facebook.
That was $2,995, was it? No, it was $32.25.
Wow,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't even remember.
Scott can look that up.
Belgian Beaver.
4225, maybe?
4225.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. 4225.
Yeah,
Yep,
4225 30th Street. That
Which
was
is now just all beer, bars, and restaurants.
exactly.
Which is cool. It's an awesome scene, actually, up there.
Yeah.
North Park.
So that brings us from 2011 to the present. We've been here.
Yeah.
So let's get into what we hope to cover. We've got our introduction done. You want to talk about a little bit what we want to cover, because that was a lot of information. I want to let you know we're probably not going to cover this.
Are we out of time?
Exactly. And that's
we want to try to keep this like around 22 minutes.
Okay.
So you can like listen to it on your lunch break or something.
Pretty sure
and still have time. And still have 8 minutes to eat.
Exactly.
So 22 minutes long. We're going to try to put one of these out one every 2 weeks. So two a month.
That's fortnightly.
Fortnightly, yeah. Fortnight.
Yes.
Once a fortnight.
Every 2 weeks, every 14 days.
And 2 bits.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever that is. How much ever that is.
I think that's 50 cents.
Yeah.
Possibly. 10 cents?
I don't know. I should 2 bits. Oh, that was 25 cents.
Hey, research. Look up 2 bits. Hey, research.
Hey, research.
Hey, research. Okay, so there we go. So
of course, and we're going to be, a lot of guests. A lot of guest spots.
Yeah, let's try to get some guests in here.
We have a huge list of people I want to get on here, actually. We have some amazing customers. We have some amazing history here in San Diego.
Totes.
Of course, Fabio Ballerin, Big Dad, as we call him.
We'll get into that.
He's going to be on several episodes.
Yeah, we'll get into all that kind of stuff, talking about like moped-related stuff versus scooter-related stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, there's some fun stuff there.
And God, we just really look forward to you enjoying the ride, and we're looking forward to delivering this.
Enjoy the ride.
Exactly. We're really looking forward.
So that's kind of our new catchphrase. We kind of adopted that. So because that kind of does embrace everything with owning a scooter. It's just enjoying the ride. So
yeah, I'll agree with that, because in some instances, you do have to take the long way around, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, you want to. You want to take the long way around.
Right, exactly. Race home to, your screaming kids and stuff like that.
To what? Yeah. That's no fun.
Race home to what?
What?
Your loving family? Gross.
It's no fun.
There's no fun in that.
So, but it may be a little edgy at times. There may be some swear words on here.
What
the beep? We're not going to be beep stuff. Or try to keep it like kind of unedited and keep rolling. Hopefully entertaining and fun.
Right.
So if
thanks. If you've stuck through this long,
yeah, right. Then you may like the show.
Exactly. This show may just be for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you? Okay, so what do
of course,
talk about?
history. Well, get into more history.
We're gonna get into more history.
Scooters in San Diego.
Got it. We're gonna go after employee spotlights.
Employee spotlights.
Is this like an employee spotlight?
We could probably go in more in depth on you. Yeah, I think so. But this will just kind of touching the crust, I guess.
Okay,
right?
But if we're gonna go in depth, is it going to be pants optional?
Pants optional where you have to wear them. Yes. You'll have to wear pants.
Well, that's not pants optional. That's pants mandatory.
Pants mandatory. Yes. It'll be pants mandatory, I think. Man. Because we actually, by the way, we do have...
Pants?
YouTube camera focused on us.
Oh, yeah.
So
we got the Sony Action Cam.
So if you're viewing us on YouTube, then we'll have that going. I think I think we'll try to hide that up there every episode. Maybe not tell everybody that it's up there. And it'll be a surprise. You're on YouTube.
Exactly. So, all right, cool.
So therefore, we'd want pants mandatory to wear them.
Man,
shirts optional.
Shirts optional.
No shoes, no service.
Okay, so of course, so shoes, yes.
No, shoes optional.
Okay, so shoes,
you don't have to wear shoes unless you have smelly feet. Then we want you to wear shoes.
Okay, got it. So shoes optional, pants not optional, shirt optional.
Right, there we go. I think that's good.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. I think I got the dress code sorted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other people, scooter clubs. There's a lot of scooter clubs here in San Diego.
Yeah.
If we can rope in anyone else from scooter clubs outside of San Diego, we'd be interested in getting all of them in here.
Yeah.
Scooter music scene. There's a lot of kind of ones that are ska, mod, But even like ones like Creepy Creeps.
Yeah, no, there's guys that play, like, I don't play in a ska band, I don't play in a mod band, I play in a rock and roll band.
You can still get your band
I ride
in
a
there.
scooter.
Right.
You know, there's guys like who's had scooters.
Oh, he's had
all
scooters,
along,
yeah. Right.
You know, and he plays rock
Otis.
and roll. He plays everything, man.
Yeah,
love that guy.
I'd love to get him in here.
Yeah, we'll get him in here. There's also a couple of DJs in town that ride scooters that are just DJs. They're not, you know, they're on alternative radio, whatever that is now.
Yeah.
You know,
This is alternative radio right here.
Pirate radio.
it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
This is new radio now. This is how radio is.
Exactly.
All podcasts now.
The New Talk Radio
New Talk
experience with ScooterWest.com.
We'll have to do one of these in the morning. We'll get some wacky sounds.
Exactly.
Wacky sounds. In here.
I'm getting so horny.
That'll be fun.
What?
Kevin in the morning.
Exactly. Kevin and the dude.
I can be the dude then. Oh, that's cool. It's just like...
Actually, I was looking at
Big Lebowski. He'd be the Big Lebowski?
Yeah, exactly.
Scooter and pop culture, did I say that? Because there's, there's scooters popping up on TV and movies. There's a movie coming out. I don't think it has a scooter in it, but...
What about scooters and popsicle
culture?
Because that's...
Like a yogurt popsicle?
I told you we'd be talking about the cultures.
We would. And here we come right back around.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There it is. That's how we bring it around. That's how we complete the circle of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know the Deadpool movie's coming out, but I don't think it has a scooter in it, but he had a scooter in the comics.
Yeah, so do your research, kids.
So we'll have to bring one of those issues in and flash it on the YouTube crowd there.
Yeah, exactly.
Off-scooter subjects, pop culture, whatever. Talk about Star Wars or something. That'll be fun.
I'm so excited about that.
I'll bring my collection of Star Wars action figures.
That would be great. Just have them all right here and just be like,
we'll just play with
check this one out.
For 22 minutes.
Exactly.
For
the difference with this one versus that one.
Star Wars dollies.
That's great. That would be...
Product reviews. Actually, we have a product review I kind of want to do on this one, just to kind of take it for a test ride.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we do that? Should we do like a quick product review? That'd be kind of weird.
No, that would not be weird. If you're ready, if you're prepared,
let's do one actually.
Okay, then this is what I'm gonna do.
I wonder if we have time or how long we've been.
Don't worry about it.
Already.
Let's get into it.
They can go over.
It's fine. It's our first one. It's inaugural, dude. Let's get it on.
Okay. This one will run a little over.
Make it quick, dude.
Okay. So we have this cool jacket we sell here. I wear one personally myself.
Is this it right here?
Yeah, that's it right there. Kevin,
let's show that.
Watch
show that for the camera.
Show off the camera up there. So this is like the Steve McQueen style jacket. Our part number PA18BK. Normally there's a $299. We have them on sale for $229. It's part of our winter wear-a-thon going on right now.
Oh, winter wear-a-thon.
Winter wear-a-thon.
Winter wear-a-thon. That's a great. That's actually
winter wear-a-thon,
really
yeah.
That's a really cool thing. So this is reflective.
Reflective,
right here. Got it. Is that? Are you
is on the camera?
On camera?
I don't know.
Yeah, we can see it.
Engineer guy.
Of course, it's all armored, soft shell, has the inner lining zip out, has air vents you can unzip, zippers, buttons,
you know what's really funny is that remember when it started cooling off, I kept asking you guys how you like these jackets, and I see you're in one every day.
I was in one every day, even 90 degrees out, I was still wearing it. Yeah. I did zip out the inner lining for a while, actually, because it got a little toasty.
It's got a cool vibe to it with the big brass.
I love it. It's retro. They call it a retro, like Steve McQueen style, because he had one like it.
How's the neck strap on there?
That's fine, actually.
It doesn't flap around or anything like that?
No, it never does.
Look,
it's fine.
You're selling the jacket.
No, but
tell me if the neck strap.
It's still on my jacket, so if it was a problem, I'd have cut it off the thing. So no, it's fine. It doesn't flap around. Everything's like pretty comfortable. Nice. I think the side straps don't really stay strapped too well, but that's no big deal. It doesn't matter. So
because you're fat and you fill out the jacket, so it's like they can't stay. They just can't hold you back, dude.
Yeah, no, I think they just don't work that well.
Oh, very good.
They just don't stay latched.
So it looks like the manufacturer of that is actually Pilot.
And then
we
kind of branded them. Yeah, we branded them. Attractive Vespa Motorsport.
Yeah, I like the
Vespa badge and the little Italian flag on the side.
Right. What I do like about it is I like the reflective on the back.
Yeah, it lights up. It's bright. It lights up nice. So
yeah, that's cool, man. Because you really need that if you're riding at nighttime and stuff like that. People don't really understand like. There's difference between like just overdoing it with safety where you just look really ridiculous, but then just
orange reflective vest.
Exactly, and just like those tasty, subtle differences that kind of like, all right, those little accents and stuff like that actually do help, you know.
Right. The other thing, giveaways. We're going to do some giveaways.
What's the part number on that jacket?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I did announce it, actually.
Yeah. Oh, you did.
But once again, JA18BK. And actually, it's on scooterwest.com. You can go there and order one off the site, or call us up and order one. Or we have a full selection of sizes.
Scooterwest.com.
Scooterwest.com for all your Vespa scooter needs. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sometimes, if the website's working right. We are working on a new website, by the way, for that. So,
you know what? When we get closer and that stuff's wrapping up a little bit more, let's have a nice segment on that. That's actually, let's put that down on our list of to-dos. To-dos.
So the last thing, giveaways actually on here for last thing for this episode. I want to go ahead and do.
Can I read this?
I want to go. Yeah. Let's do one giveaway actually.
All right, here we go, guys.
And then we're going to try to have some kind of giveaway every podcast.
Exactly. I want to let
you got to listen to the very end when we have the giveaway.
Okay, so this is the end?
Or I guess you could fast forward to the end, huh? But listen to the whole thing. You want to listen to the whole thing.
Exactly. Come on.
Even if your ears are bleeding, just listen to the whole thing.
All right. So is this jacket available in like a women's cut at all, or is the smaller
it's
the
unisex.
Smaller cut? It's more unisex. Well, it is like higher. Okay, so ladies, it's higher waisted, so it would potentially fit on you a little bit better.
Big hips may be a problem.
Right, but
if you have a childbearing hips, that could be an issue.
Not for me, baby. Ow. So, but the nice thing is that the arms are a little bit longer. So when you have your arms out in front of you with the arms a little bit longer, they'll keep your wrists warm. So you don't have to worry about the shorter. You don't have to worry about the short length on the arms. It is a kind of a mid-waisted jacket, so it's not like an Eisenhower waist that rides right at your belt line. It's just a little bit below the belt line. So
a little below the belt.
Yeah, a smaller, maybe a little bit smaller.
Oops. I know.
Dude.
I know I was going to do that.
Dude.
It kept slipping down. Look at it.
Don't.
I know. I'm not even going to adjust it because it'll make some awesome creaky noise.
Exactly, man. It's not the.
Okay,
Halloween
giveaway.
Thing. All right. So enough of that nonsense. Okay, so giveaway. Here we go, guys. So the first 5 people who post on our Vespa Motorsport Facebook page under the podcast posting with this statement: I like the Vespa Motorsport product.
No, podcast.
Oh, sorry. I like the Vespa Motorsport podcast. We'll receive a free Vespa Motorsport t-shirt and welcome pack. We'll contact you for your size and shipping info. Don't post the Vespa Motorsport podcast made my ears bleed.
Yeah.
You will not get a free t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it, guys.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Scott, thanks so much for hanging out.
34 minutes.
Alex.
Yeah, yes, Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it. And those who have stuck with us here, we look forward to your feedback on exactly. We look forward to your feedback on our Facebook page. Take a look in that. You can find that on Facebook.
We want good comments, though, right?
We want them all. You know what I mean? That's how you grow. You take the good with the bad, right?
We'll just delete the bad.
The happy with the sad.
We'll just delete the bad comments. How do we sign this thing off? We didn't have that.
We could say arrivederci.
Scott could put on some of that awesome more music that he had earlier for our opening.
You know what? You want to do that? Kind of like
go out with a song?
Take it out with a song?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
We'll have to come up with some sort of ending tagline.
Yeah, we will. We'll enjoy the ride is our tagline.
Yeah,
enjoy the ride.
Okay, so then there we go. All right. Thanks for enjoying our Vespa Motorsport podcast.
Enjoy the podcast.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. Cue the music.
All right, cool. Let's. Is the camera still rolling? Cool. No, it's fine. You can keep it rolling. So that was our inaugural podcast, and we hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be up on YouTube, and hopefully you have an opportunity to enjoy that as well. And we'll just go from there. Cool. Thanks.